Back to the Storm Alert Center we go. It's truly feeling like fall, Cedric.
That's right, Greg. In fact, I'll tell you what, today we had a very fall-like feel for most of the day. Then late this afternoon, the sun peeked out. And as the sun came out, so did the temperatures kind of warmed up a little bit. And so you can see Summerville got close to 80 degrees this afternoon. North Chattanooga got to 75. Ringgold, 72 degrees. Lookout Mountain, 68. Mont Eagle hit 68 degrees as well. We had rainfall totals scattered across the area of about a tenth of an inch on average. I think I saw one or two reports up to about 2/10, but that was really about it. Most of the dynamics moved to our north, and you can see on the radar now, things are quiet and dry out there across the area. The cold front is pushing to the east, and remember we talked about this a little earlier this afternoon. These two low pressures are basically merging and coming together, and as they do so, you can see it's creating lift. It's squeezing all that moisture together, and so right along the I-95 corridor from New York down to D.C. and Richmond, they are seeing some very heavy rainfall. They had some severe weather earlier this evening, and that's going to be a big nor'easter moving up the northeast coast into New England, but thankfully that's moving away from us. So what we've got to look for is back to the west, this big blue H here, that area of high pressure. That means good weather, and that's going to be sinking in across the area in the coming days, and that's going to set us up for at least a nice couple of calm, quiet days out there for us in terms of our weather before we have to track our next weather system, which is making its way in across the west right now. This storm system, if you were watching Sunday Night Football last night, you saw all the heavy rain and the wind that was going on in the Bay Area around San Francisco. Well, that pushed down to the south and brought torrential rainfall to places like Los Angeles earlier today, but that has finally shut off. But look at this. You're seeing that heavy rainfall band now setting up from Salt Lake City down to Las Vegas. Anytime you see heavy rainfall in Las Vegas, you know you're dealing with a very dynamic system. And that system is going to eject out into the plains as we go into the next 12 to 18 hours. So by this time tomorrow evening, we're going to be seeing a pretty decent severe weather outbreak ongoing from Kansas down to Oklahoma and into Texas. And yes, this system will continue to move to the east so that by Wednesday, we'll be seeing these dynamics shifting east, but they're going to move more towards the southeast. And that means that the severe weather threat will get kind of squashed to the south along the I-10 corridor as we get towards the middle of the week. But we still got to watch this system because it's going to be very dynamic, and it could produce the potential of at least some heavy rainfall here locally. But over the next 48 hours or so, high pressure will bring us this great weather across the area. We're looking at a mix of sun and clouds, below normal temperatures, but overall fairly comfortable. But here comes that next storm system moving in from the south and west, and that's going to bring us a slug of heavy rainfall as we go into Thursday. So any outdoor plans you may have on your Thursday, go ahead and think about moving those inside. We're going to be looking at that potential of some heavy rain and some wind as this low pressure gets tightly wound up across the area, and then that moves off towards the east, but it kind of stalls across the area. So that's going to mean scattered showers and clouds Friday into Saturday as well. We'll warm up near 70 ahead of that system, but as that system stalls out to our east, it's going to wrap in some cold air around that low pressure. And yes, they're going to set up for some chilly days by the end of the week. We're talking temperatures about 10 to 20 degrees below normal for this time of the year. Overnight tonight, we'll head down into the 40s. We'll call it mid to upper 40s with the clouds, fairly uniform temperatures. And then for tomorrow, talking highs only in the low to mid 60s area wide, with temperatures likely staying in the 50s in the higher elevations. Here's your Storm Alert 7-day forecast. Again, a couple of nice, calm, dry days ahead. And then we've got that heavy rainfall threat Thursday, scattered showers and clouds Friday into Saturday. And look at the highs only in the 50s, lows down into the 40s to near 50. But the good news right now, Greg, is Halloween looking pretty good with partly sunny skies and temperatures in the 60s.